Hello guys, SuperSlayerCraft here. Welcome to Major slash Minor. Welcome. This is the complete edition, so the game is finally done. Using multiple save files is highly recommended. Both keyboard and controller are supported for input. F4 will enter windowed mode. F5 will return you to the menu. Exit will delete letters during name input. Arrow keys will navigate choices when prompt. Left click and enter are used to confirm. Please enjoy and choose wisely. I don't know if I can choose wisely. I've never been good at that. Where am I? Is this outer space? No. It absolutely can't be. I'd never survive in the void. I scan my surroundings. What I see should be an impossibility. A luminescent nebula gazing back at me. It twinkles, dancing across the sky. It's beautiful. But I'm not here to stargaze. As I take in this scenario, I notice some key things. My feet are not on solid ground. I appear suspended. And for some reason, I am able to hear and breathe. Those are the two things you can't do in space. I count this as a blessing and focus on breathing. There were excuses I could use to calm myself down. Or exercises. Sorry, I fucked that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Before I can count any higher though, I am interrupted. At that moment I realize I'm not here by myself. I feel a hand rest upon my shoulder, and I shiver. I expect to feel fear, but a rush of calm takes over me. Don't rape me, please. Hello and welcome to the Ark. This is a very special place, you see. Only a select few are allowed to be here. This is home to those touched by fate. Imbued with a power most would call fiction. Others have come, but now it's your turn. First and foremost, I require a name, something to enter in the annals of time. We must ensure that you aren't forgotten. Is there any way to back any of this up? Okay, can I go back? Ah, I had to use the mouse for that. That was retarded. And I cannot use the keyboard apparently. But I can use the keyboard to type. I want a capital S. It's nice. It has a nice ring to it. I know, doesn't it? I'm sure you'll be remembered. My name, you ask? I'm afraid that's not important. Fuck you, it's not. You shall tell me your name, you dick. No one will remember me after this. Your presence here... Oh, sorry, I was staring off into space. Pretended a grand fate. Not just for you, but for the universe, too. That is the purpose of those who come here. To that end, what else do they call you? Your surname is just as important. And out of curiosity, I must know. My surname shall not be much longer. SuperSlayerCraft. Very well. The pleasure is mine. I'm giving you your name. The deed is done. In giving me your name, the deed is done. Your service to me and the Ark is pledged. But do not worry, you're not a slave. Your service rewards you with a power, something that most would kill to achieve. Others must bend to the rules of the world. But for you, the opposite rings true. What the hell do you mean by that? You are no longer a victim of circumstance. When you make a choice, reality will bend. Your every whim will fall to your lap. The universe now accommodates you. Sweet. This is the power granted to you by the Ark. This is the power granted to you by me. You didn't grant me shit. You are not Ark. Fuck you. Oh, it appears that you are fading away. Oh, I don't want to fade. Do you long to return to Earth? I understand. There is fear in the unknown. I will find you again soon. Perhaps then we can talk a little more. Don't be scared, Slayer. I mean no harm. Why do I not trust you still? I feel a rush of speed as I'm shot back into my body. It was almost as if my spirit momentarily left me. Who was that man? And just what was the Ark? I scratched my head in a state of sheer confusion. Sorry. Starting to feel a little sick as of late. It definitely wasn't a dream. I know that for sure. When you wake up from a dream, you know it wasn't real. You laugh it off, continue with your life. That's not the sensation I was feeling right now. I try to ground myself in reality. I take in my surroundings, the noises, the people. What people? I don't see any people on these trains. On this train, and why do I hear cars? I focus on my destination, Tokyo, Japan. Always wanted to go there though. I feel myself calm down slowly but surely. The anxiety starts to replace itself with excitement. Though many would argue what the difference is. Who didn't dream of going to Tokyo in their lifetime? It had to be on the bucket list of millions of people. And it was the first of many places I'd visit, on what would surely be the best year of my life. I sit there holding the armrest with a fierce grip. It wouldn't be long until I figured out how wrong I was. Who are you two? The Calm Before the Storm, Chapter 1. I tried my best to maintain my composure. A can of Popstar held firmly in my grasp. I wasn't one to drink energy drinks so leisurely, but I picked up what you might call an addiction. For a little bit more context, I'll say this. Popstar was the leading brand of energy drink. In fact, it was almost as popular as soda. It had full endorsement from a famous pop idol. A contest was held to coincide with the idol's new tour. 2 special cans were thrown into the wild. Those that found them got to travel with the tour. Like a golden ticket from old childhood stories. It's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The contest made the drink skyrocket in popularity. It took the world by storm. A cultural phenomenon. The chance to live a life of luxury was hard to pass up. In case you didn't know, the name of the idol was Callus, which was also the creator of this game. So when I say I picked up something of an addiction, that might actually be the understatement of the year. The odds of winning were literally in the billions, so it took a fair amount of chugging in order to win. I asked myself, was it worth it? But that's subjective. At least, that's what I told myself in between jitters. Being one of the lucky 2 came with its consequences. That's what the media called the prospective winners. Before I can continue thinking, I'm interrupted. Someone walking down the aisle has a nasty fall. They brace their descent and land on the seat beside me. It takes a special kind of skill, doesn't it? Yeah, it does, because I can't do that. I'd land on my face. He quickly rises to his feet, wearing a look of panic. That doesn't look like panic. That looks really happy. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I nod my head. It's not the end of the world. Aside from a minor frighten, everything is fine. Although maybe we could talk to pass time. It was starting to get boring sitting by myself. First time on a train? Don't know what came over me. I just got dizzy and then BAM! Sounds like someone has a case of vertigo. I apologize again. Sorry for intruding, I really am. Tried to explain to him that everything is fine, but he seems to think he's committed an awful crime. Before he can respond, however, an alarm sounds loudly. The train comes to a screeching halt. Mechanical failure. That's not good. Oh no. What was that? Are we going to die? I can't help but snicker at that. He's clearly one of those... Oh, fuck. Catastrophic thinkers. Good thing I brought a conch. Now I can be in the power if I were stranded. He goes to rummage through his bag. A bit of a bookworm too, isn't he? I decide to just sit back and wait it out. In situations like this, there was nothing else to do. I tried to think of how I could pass the time. It might be a while until we're mobile again. I can't use my phone for anything other than text. The data charges while aboard were a death sentence. But everyone back home would already be asleep. There was quite a time difference at play here. My phone vibrates and I go to look at it, almost as if it knew I was thinking about it. It's Roke, the man I'm meeting at the train station. He's wondering where I am, and I'm not sure what to say. Should I play it cool, or let him know we've stalled? I choose to be honest with him. Wouldn't want to get things off to a bad start, but somehow I feel like that's exactly what happened. His reply signals a feeling of discontent, but there was nothing I could do. And of course, I was truthful. I could rest easy. I noticed that the squirrel is also eagerly texting away. I put my phone back in my pocket and reclined in my seat. I wasn't exactly sure how Roke was related to Callus, but he had to be pretty high up there. I was only given concrete details last week. I thought there'd be limos and media coverage, but I was quickly told that this wasn't the case. I was getting picked up by a regular guy named Roke. I wonder if he would go full-on cliché with a large piece of clipboard that says Slayer. Oh man, I really hope we'll be okay. My train rides are usually incident-free. Usually. But he said this was his first time. He seems to contradict himself without realizing it. As fun as awkward silences are, we should probably get to know each other just in case we're stuck here forever. Oh, how fun would that be? You can call me Killa. Kyla? I don't fucking know. I'll call him Kyla. I'm here to see some friends. What about you? What brings you to Tokyo? It's nice to meet another English speaker. I only speak Japanese at a preschool level. I'm about to answer, but I stop myself short. I have flashbacks to when I signed that NDA. I wasn't allowed to publicly reveal why I was here. At least not until the media made it official. But then again, what harm could it do? It'd likely never find itself back to me. Plus, Kyla could be impressed with who I really am. A friend would be a great thing to have aboard. What should I tell him? Should I tell him or keep it a secret for now? I decided to stick to my morals and not break the NDA. It was probably for the best. Who wants a lawsuit? If I didn't let out my secret and word got back to Roke, well, I'm sure there'd be hell to pay. Oh, you can't say? That's cool, I guess. I'm just here to visit my brother. Nothing to hide on my end, really. I thought he said he was here to meet some friends. He did. He's lying to me. Now he's here to meet his brother. That seems odd. Nothing to hide, huh? I think he's got something to hide here. I feel bad that I can't tell him. He clearly realizes that I'm hiding something. I'm still really excited. It's my first time in Tokyo. Gotta hit up all the maid cafes. Of course. Typical tourist. What about you? Would you ever go to a maid cafe? I've heard they're just the best. Maid cafes. Those were much like restaurants in Western culture. However, your waitresses actually stay at your table. You converse with them, play games, get to know them. It was definitely a foreign concept to me. How do I respond to Killa? Oh, he liked my answer. Kinda cool. We'll have to keep in touch. I've looked online at all the tourist sites. There's some great ones down in Arabia. Oh my god, some of these names are going to be awful. Before I continue talking, the train moves again, and the passengers are shaken up by the sudden movement. Carla beams a wide smile as if this was a major victory. Wow, I was scared for nothing. That didn't really last long at all. He sure seems like quite the character. If we did end up going to those maid cafes, well, there'd be no shortage of entertainment. I wonder if the same could be said of Roke. More importantly, I wonder how he'd treat me. He certainly seems like an interesting guy. For a moment, I'm glad I didn't break my NDA. I don't think I would have been able to face him if I did. I find it odd that I'm analyzing my previous actions, as if I could have changed what I said and what I did. Perhaps it was because of that weird vision I had. I could control my destiny, or something like that. What a ridiculous thing to comprehend. If I could control my destiny, I wouldn't be here. I'd probably be off somewhere living a life of luxury, but there's no thinking like that, so I stop. At that exact moment, a pain attacks my chest. More pain than I've ever felt before. It pulses with my increasingly fast heartbeat. I clutch my gut intensively, only to find out that I can't move. Everyone around me seems to have frozen in place. I start to panic. I go on to focus on my breathing like before, but I can't breathe either. I sense someone behind me. I'm gonna guess it's that guy from before. He's gonna tell me some other stupid crap. And then I feel it. That hand on my shoulder again. Yep, I knew you were there. Ah, I fucking knew you were there. Don't fucking sneak up behind me. The pain fades away, and I gasp loudly for air. Is there something about his touch? Please no. I'm terribly sorry for earlier. Our meeting seems to have been cut short. Perhaps you designed to return to Earth. After all, the universe bends to you now. Am I that frightening? Either way, I sense conflict within you. You think what happened earlier was a dream. Yet now your dream stands before you. I am real, the Ark is real, and the power that you have, well yes, it's real too. I am not here to lecture you anymore. Your words and actions are your own, as is the power I have given you. However, what now? You will be asked to help me. You are not receiving this power for free, but I will let you run free for today. When I see you again tonight, I will tell you everything, and then your journey will begin. Would you like to save your game? Yes. I was immediately shot back to my own reality, or at least the reality I was comfortable with. But now, I know one thing for sure. That really happened. The Ark wasn't just a dream. He actually gave me some sort of power. I have no idea what to think right now. The confusion inside of me intensifies. It's like millions of voices are fighting in my head, trying to make sense of everything that happened. Hey, are you coming? Kyla stands before me, his luggage in tow. I notice that I am also standing up. It appears that my body has moved on its own, almost like something momentarily took over. Did I say something wrong? Gosh, I need to watch my mouth. He didn't say anything. I tell him that he did nothing wrong. I let him know that I was lost in my own train of thought. He seems to giggle as if I forgot to read that. I decide to take the credit for it, perhaps in an attempt to ease my inner turmoil. At least he waited for me, or I'd be clueless right now. That's the last thing I want to be. Alone, confused in Tokyo. Bad combination. I apologize for the delay as we exit the train. Fright looms over me for the rest of the day. Whatever happened tonight would change everything. Earlier that day, in the courtrooms of Terra, a planet far from Earth, yet closer than was known to any. Who are you? Ladies and gentlemen, without further delay, I present to you Lord Pilar, your current leader in the race for mayor, and with that, your future king. I've been his humble servant for years, and thought that I am certain of one thing. He will bring Terra to a new age of prosperity. Come now, Riley. You embarrass me. I'd rather speak for myself. I'm flattered, but they need to hear me. I shall speak of this prosperity on my own. This is something every Terrian must hear. Under our current king, we are doomed. Forgive me, Lord Pilar. I did not mean to embarrass you. Not in front of all those people. I mean you no quarrel, Riley. Have a seat. I'll call you as needed. Yes, my lord. Allow me to ask you all a question. You do not need to answer vocally. Just ponder it as food for thought. If I may paint an image in your minds, you have a starving family. Your only desire is to feed them. You work harder than you have ever worked before, but you only have enough food to feed half. Okay? Though before you can eat, there is a knock. A violent rapping on the door of your home. You learn that it's someone new to Terra. They fled the destruction of their home. All they want is a new life on our soil. They beg for your food, almost dying. But if you feed them, your family suffers. In this case, charity is a curse. They live, and your family may die. So what would you do? Would you help a stranger? Even if it goes on to hurt your family? I believe I know what your answer is. Why would I let my family die? Why would I give a stranger my food? I do not blame if this is your answer. You worked hard for Sis, why are you expected to just give it away? Why is Terra expected to give it away? This is the portrait painted of our world. A place to be taken advantage of. Used. We can barely sustain ourselves. Yet we need to care for these immigrants? Your current king is making a fatal mistake. He gives everything away freely. And he calls himself the immortal king. If he truly lived for several millennia, well, you'd think he'd have common sense. Something Terra has been lacking as of late. Every immigrant we accept, they're another stroke in our canvas. One that paints us as lax and lazy. The more we accept into our world, the more we condemn ourselves to accept. This is the power of that word of mouth. At this rate, we will all die. Regardless of our origin, we will starve. I want a strict immigration law, but even this would not help us. You don't allow a disease to run rampant. We need to cure this blight permanently. A vote for Pilar will give us surveillance. A disconnect from all other worlds. No longer will they be able to use us. If elected, I will devote my life to this. I will ensure Terra's independence and our base right to live fulfilling lives. Only then will we be free from immigration. Only then will our resources be our own. That is all. Will there be any questions? I have a question for you, Lord Pilar. If you're accepting, of course. Please speak, my child. My name is Kaylin. Please refrain from calling me child. I am not one of your blind followers. Got nothing to say, huh? The real problem lies with your greed. You're a noble. You have so much food. Why do you hoard and say that we've run short? What? If people like you learned to share, well, we'd all be leading happy lives. You're a single man, yet I've seen some inside reports. You hoard enough food to feed dozens. Inside reports? Wouldn't it be more fitting to share? The supply is there, Lord Pilar. Your campaign is based on a lie. Why do you have so much food? You don't look that round to me. Oh, sorry. Try to fuck with the screwdriver. There we go. Sorry, I had to play with some pliers. This is why Lord Velasquez wants a tithe. Sorry, I'm fucking up all my words today. Not on everybody, just the rich. So I don't think you care about our food, or any resources for that matter. You only care about removing foreigners. So my question is, what is the true reason you seek servience? TCH. What gives you the right to say this? You're speaking to your future king. Future king? Don't make me laugh. You're avoiding the question. Where is your proof? Accusations require evidence, Kalen. Something I'm sure you don't have. I laugh at the notion that I am hoarding. Especially enough food to feed dozens of people. I know the importance of giving. I would never keep that while others starve. Really, you fooled me. That story you just told everyone. It was about not sharing and giving. I asked why you seek servience. Or severance. Fuck, I'm dumb. And you go and get this defensive? Your hatred speaks volumes, Lord Pilar. I'm gonna say his name wrong this whole time, I don't give a shit. There's no need to discriminate here. Everyone deserves food and shelter, not just those native to Terra. I seek severance to be independent. I only want to share amongst our own. I don't want a reputation of charity. I want Terra to thrive on its own. If we keep giving things away, we only give off a bad image of ourselves. Well, even if you did achieve severance, we'd still be full of immigrants. Not only that, but their descendants too. How does this make you feel? Ugh. Simple. We'd establish a new Terra. Once we are severed, we'd all be natives. We'd unite as one self-sustaining world. Funny you should bring that up. Rebranding our entire world. You think that'd be part of your campaign? Typical politician, making things up. Turning all negatives into positives. I'll give you credit, but I'm not fooled. I ask again for proof, child. Fine. Your servant Kabu has all of it. He provided a particular shipping manifest. It should be all we need to prove this. What? And the evidence substantiates his claims. Claims of hearing immigrant hate speech. A nightly pastime of yours, it seems. I'll let him handle it from here. Kabu. I can confirm all that Kalen said. Kabu, you traitor. What have I done to deserve this? At first, I thought Pilar was my friend. I know I'm not from Terra, but he made me feel wanted like a son. But he started to hate immigrants so much, I realized more that I was being used. He just wanted a cheap servant, and now recently he's been hoarding food, creating nothing but an artificial shortage, one he can conveniently blame on immigrants, and one that he can use as cover. He conveniently hides his hatred while supporting his campaign for mayor. The problem isn't those coming to Terra, it's the greed of those that live on it. Our immortal king speaks the truth. The taith on the upper class Yes, then everyone would be fed. Vote for Velasquez continued reign. You know you speak lies. Why are you doing this, Kabu? Please look at this shipping manifest. I will place it here for all to see, that you may know Pilar's true nature. Remember, he owns lots of land on Terra. This is but one of many instances. I'm positive he hoards at his other homes. Forged! The evidence is forged! Do not trust such infantile accusations. It was likely created by Velasquez. Riley, have a word with the people. Ensure that they realize Kabu's deceit. And guards, please detain those two men. Wow, that's fucking interesting. We noticed. Well, now we're back in the regular world. Dad damn it, it's so weird. That went back and forth, but there was no real switch between the two here. We noticed that there aren't many people standing around. The initial rush must have already subsided. At least Kyla waited for me. How long was I out? Well, I guess this is it, huh? Kind of pictured a grander entrance, but there's really nobody here. I should have expected less. That way you don't get disappointed. It's better than getting your hopes up. That was an odd way of looking at things. Of course, nothing about Kyla was normal. Hey, pull out your phone. We should exchange numbers just in case. I'll be in touch about the maid cafes. I read up on some really cool ones. He pulls out his phone and awaits my information. I pull out the phone out of my pocket and do the same. After a few moments pass, we exchange our digits. You got Kyla's contact information. Thanks. It was nice to meet you. I'm always glad to make a new friend. He started to scurry away. I hope he's a texter. I hate getting phone calls. It seems so weird. Our generation is definitely hooked on text messages. I wonder where I'm supposed to go. Rook never gave me detailed information. I expected he'd be right there when I got off, but I didn't see anyone at all. Actually, I quickly turned a corner and bumped into a helpless woman. Hey, watch where you're going, will you? I step back and immediately apologize. I tell her I was just looking for my friend Roke. I explain the fact that I am a foreigner and... Foreigner? Oh, so am I. But I'm no concierge. You should probably tell your friend to meet you in the atrium. She points towards a large open area. I guess that's a good enough landmark. I thank her and start to follow her direction. But before I can get too far, a hand grasps my shoulder. Oh no, could it be that man again? Please just give me some peace and quiet today. Hey. Are you so lonely that you've taken up talking to yourself? That's weird. I'm extremely relieved. For a moment I thought it might have been that man again, but no. This must be Roke. What does he mean by talking to myself? Whatever. I'm glad you're here. The PA speaker mentioned possible delays, and that's not something I can tolerate. We're on a strict schedule. STRICT. Strict. He starts typing away on his tablet. Strict. Adjective. Acting in close conformity to requirements and principles. Ever heard of that word before? Wow. And I thought Kylo was a character. Although, I guess it would be a little upset if he was boring. I'd be a little upset if he was boring. No one likes a stick in the mud. So where's the other one? I was confused. I wasn't quite sure what he meant. I asked him for clarification. The other contest winner, I mean? You were supposed to be together. Wait, what? Insufferable. I hate being lied to. Drop the act. Seriously, where is he? I tell him I have no idea what he's talking about. I didn't meet anybody on the train except for Kyla. Wait, could that mean? No way. Out of the shadows, someone shuffles towards us. Oh, of course it's you. Hey, you two. You were watching us? That's exceedingly creepy. That is incredibly creepy. What a group. We have ourselves a stalker and someone who talks to themselves too. I really didn't get what he means. I was clearly getting directions from that woman. I wasn't watching you, I was just shy. And hold on a second. You're the other contest winner? He really emphasizes the word "your." I'm unsure if I should take offense to this or not. Although now I'm glad I didn't break the NDA. Roke would have found out for sure. I guess I should have expected it. Both on the same train, both English speakers, it adds up. Well, either way, I have to say, I'm really glad it's you. I feel like we got along on the train, even if it was only for a few minutes. We can go to that maid cafe for sure now. We'll be spending so much time together. Isn't that cool? I'm ecstatic. The third save. A maid cafe, you say? I highly advise against that. They're just a waste of time. Plus, you two don't look like the type. Maid cafes attract a certain clique. What's that supposed to mean? Whatever you want it to mean, I guess. Thanks for making plans without me, though. It's nice to know my input is valuable. Well, what did you have in mind? Nothing, really. I guess that's where you get off lucky. There's been something of a delay. You won't meet Callus for a day or two. So my new task is simple. Waste time. I suppose I'm supposed to take you where you want. That's until things are back on track. Wait, then why are you mad? We got to choose where to go. You didn't even have any ideas, Roke. I'm changing the subject now. If you want to go to a maid cafe, I know a few hot ones to attend. Most of them are in Electric Town. Electric Town? You don't mean... Akihabara? What the fuck ever. Yes, I do. We all spend lots of time there. It's the place to be for tourists. That and Callus loves the atmosphere. And lots of his outings are in Akihabara. Holy fuck. Akihabara. Who the fuck? The words suck. That word sucks. Well, we'll get along great then, but you mentioned something coming up. Is Is everything okay? Why the delay? Oh, it's fine. Callus got into a fight. Him and his tour manager disagree a lot, but Singe always manages to quell him. Oh, I hope it's nothing too serious. It'll be fine. Callus is a hothead. He'll be fine after venting and relaxing. Anyway, we better get moving. Won't get anywhere standing here all day. It's high time we ditch this station. We'll be back in the next episode, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. I'm enjoying this game, and I will see you all later.